This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Don't shake your body.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust out your eyes.
We got to talk about the foundation.
Okay.
You know, when you mix the semen, have the B, and you stir it up, and then it, you know, it starts to solidify and it becomes solid. It creates a foundation.
Talk about it.
In the case of hip hop, which a lot of people don't realize because we don't really study the history, a large part of our foundation comes from the southeast corner of the United States of America, where if you visit the state of Florida, I'm not sure who's the governor there. Is it Bush? Who's the governor of Florida right now?
Jeb? It might be Jeb Bush, the brother.
Yeah.
No,
it's not Jeb Bush. Who's the governor of Florida?
Let's see.
Rick Scott.
Rick Scott. Thank you. Too many people, but to us in the neighborhoods and the community, the governor of Florida is Luther Campbell.
Oh.
Luke is here, ladies and gentlemen. Luke is here.
Thank you.
Luke, how you been, man?
I'm good, man. I just recovered from our weekend in Miami when you was here.
Yeah.
When you were there.
Recovered?
Yeah, I just recovered.
For that festival. What was it? Ultra Fest. Yeah, man. We had a good time out there.
Yeah, you went a little hard.
I did. Yeah, that's what she said.
That's nasty.
Yeah, man. Hanging out with Luke, man. I always tell my favorite stories is hanging out when I hung out with Luke. It was a time I hung out with you, man. I told this story before. You didn't even know I was hanging out with you. I was just telling people I'm with Luke. And I got into some after party, and Aaron Hall was there.
Oh, not Aaron Hall.
Yeah.
And you did not say you did not say the button word.
The what?
The button word. You know, you say one word to Aaron Hall.
Oh,
R. Kelly.
Wow.
Then he turns into a masked man.
Yeah.
Really?
A crazy man, yeah.
Because did Aaron think that R. Kelly took his style?
Yeah, no doubt about that. Yeah. I did. I was doing a peep show back then, and I interviewed him. I said, "Man, R. Kelly freakier than you." He said, "What?" And then he just lost his mind. No, he's not freakier than me. And then he give me the first girl, and then he turned around and started licking her butt.
Get out of here.
Okay. Here's the crazy part about that. That's where I was at.
Oh,
Cheering him on.
Yeah. I was right there, and I couldn't believe. And he didn't even know the girl.
No, I didn't know her. Random. I'm talking about not real butt. Take your pants down and bend over.
Licked her asshole.
What the butt look like? Would y'all
It
would have
was a
done
nice butt.
Dookie love.
And then
That's a lot, Luke. Welcome to the show.
Right, where we speak about the color of your genitals.
yeah. Gloria Velez. What Gloria was she used to? How did you meet Gloria?
Gloria, I met Gloria. We were doing a concert in Key West, and she was dancing for this guy DJ Laz, friend of mine down in Miami.
Laz, legend. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I said, look, you need to come on the real team. And so
Wow, that's the line. That's
I
good.
love Laz. That's my Cuban brother. But I say, come on over here with us, and then she started touring with us, and once I sent her the Jay-Z trailer, she got big. Then after he filled her up. Literally.
Literally.
Stuck it in her.
Oh.
And then she became famous.
Wow.
And so, she left me. She went from me, Laz, to me, to I guess, Rock Nation.
Wow.
Wow.
Why y'all looking so crazy?
We didn't know that.
It's just funny.
I feel sorry for Laz. That's why, man.
I know.
It's just, there's a story behind everything, I guess.
Right?
Yeah.
Full circle.
Full circle.
Yeah.
Well, that's what this book is about, man. The Book of Luke by Luther Campbell, My Fight for Truth, Justice, and Liberty City. You got some stories in here, man, that I always wanted to know. And recently, I'm going to talk about one of these chapters because recently 50 Cent filed for bankruptcy. And people didn't understand, well, what does that mean? Does that mean he has no more money? He just don't want to pay a bill? Or what does that really mean? And you went through the same thing at one point, right?
Yeah,
you had to file bankruptcy.
Yes.
At what point, why did you have to file bankruptcy?
Well, it was two reasons. One, this guy, Joe Weinberger, was my general counsel, and I actually fired him. So what he did was he went to 3 of my creditors and said, "Oh, Luke is not going to pay you." So they filed an involuntary bankruptcy against me, right? And I took him to court, was suing him. The judge went crazy, was getting ready to disbar him and everything. And what ended up happening, at that time, I was going through a lawsuit with this artist, MC Shadi, and then I had all these other samples, cases that I had. So I had tons of cases against me because we wasn't clearing nothing. Yeah. At that time. And then I basically, went to the bankruptcy lawyer. He said, "Look, how do you spell relief?" I was like, "Rolaids." And then he was like, "No, it's bankruptcy." And then he explained to me the different degrees. Chapter 7 is when you're debt broke. And a Chapter 11 is when you reorganizing. So he was like, if you can just file Chapter 11, and then at the same time, I had just did a record deal with Relativity Records because I wanted to grow my company. I needed this big machine behind it, and I gave them my catalog to sell, and at the same time, they weren't paying me. Yeah. So I was, that was going on at the same time. So they said, well, you can reject that contract. If you go Chapter 11 and just reject a contract, then you can enter into a new contract, and all the money that you're making on all your music and all the new product, that money will be free and clear from all your creditors. I was like, this legal? Yeah. I was like, you serious? And once they explained that all to me, and then I just started getting rid of contracts, and because a lot of my homeboys, my friends, they don't know the difference. When they hear bankruptcy, then they think you broke. So then, you got like 20 guys who hang out with you, and it's down to 2 right now. No. I was like, this is the beautifulest shit in the world here. I was like, man, I need to do this every 7 years.
Wow. So just for the public knowledge, when you file Chapter 11, what are the cons to that? Like, does it mess up your credit for a while? Or?
Yeah, that's the only bad part about it. It messes up your credit for about 7 years. Your credit is affected, but if you got money, you don't necessarily have to worry about that. You make your own credit based on the amount of money that you got in the bank. True. If you put money in the bank, the bank is going to give you a line of credit. So it didn't really affect me in the way that it would have affected somebody if they didn't have some money in the bank.
Good
so
info.
When you hear MC Hammer filed bankruptcy Chapter 11, 50 Cent filed Chapter 11, that doesn't mean that they're destitute and they don't have any money.
Right. I mean, Donald Trump did it. I don't know how many times he did it. Yeah. I mean, what it does is it's like, and once I started thinking about it, I was like, man, this is like the pimp game.
It is.
I was like, okay, you got the people on the street, and you every now and then you got to bring them back in, dust them off, clean them up and everything, because we are all Uncle Sam's hoes. Yeah. I mean, what we do is we go out and make money. The more money we make, the more money they get. Yeah. They either get 35% or they either get 50%. So it makes more sense if I got a guy named Sway who's very creative, very smart. He makes money. He makes money for everybody around him. I got to get you back on the block. So I'm going to allow you to get bankruptcy Chapter 11 relief to get yourself together, pull yourself back up, because I need you back on the block because you're a good hoe. Yeah. You're going to pay the government good money, and you're going to get everybody else around you money. So basically, that's how the government actually works. So they have things in place where you are able to get yourself back together.
I've never been called a good hoe, but if it had to happen, Luke, thanks. All right, we got Lucas here. I want to ask you some more about this book. This is a really great read. 888-742-3345. You want to talk with Luke, Sway in the Morning, Shay 45. Sway in the Morning, Lucas here, man. I remember that song when it first came out. I couldn't believe I was hearing it.
Right.
I was like, what did they say?
You heard it.
Hey, we want some pussy.
Loud.
Hey. They need that song right now. We need a remix.
You need the remix, right?
Ooh, who would you put on it?
A lot of people don't like pussy now.
I
love pussy.
Yeah, you said a lot of people don't like it now?
Back then, everybody liked the pussy. Shit, everybody like men. Men like men now. Yeah. It's okay. I mean, that's what they like, but everybody like to, I was like promoting pussy.
More for you now.
I was promoting, hey, we want some pussy.
Yeah,
I guess the girls loved it more. That's why those girls. It was more girls in the concert than the guys.
Because the girls loved it.
They exactly. Oh shit!
Back then, it was secret. It was secret.
So I'm the reason that this is going on.
Yeah, you're behind Caitlyn.
Shit. I really.
You did it.
Congratulations, Luke. Another accomplishment.
What an honor.
My man, Luke.
That's not in the book. Caitlyn, you bitch.
All right.
You never told me.
We got JB on the line for DC.
Oh, my
God.
What up, though? Sway, what up, though? Tracy G, what up, though?
Yo.
What's up, baby?
Hey, man, I got to call in and salute Uncle Luke. Real talk, man, one of the OGs in the game. You see, I'm an OG now, but back in 1990, when I was just a young buck, 12 years old, he's the main reason why I got the game that I got now. Everything that I know about dealing with women, primarily these freak hoes in the street, is because of Uncle Luke. Like, Pop That Pussy, Two Live Crew. Like, Richard, I'm from Detroit. I live in D.C. now. His music was so instrumental. So I got to come in. And you know what's crazy? I met Luke about 7 years ago down on Connecticut Ave. And when I seen the man, I was like, dog, I got to buy that, the gold Dookie Rose and the Two Live Crew, what was the name of that motherfucking jacket that he had? The varsity jacket. I was like, bro, put that on eBay. I was like, slap that bitch on eBay because, nigga, I need to buy a top dollar, bro. I've been a fan. Listen, wait, I've been a fan of the dude for years. For years, I swear to God, hey, on everything. I'm dealing with these hoes right now. I got these bitches out here doing what they got to do, busting it wide open and putting it on the motherfucker.
Wait.
Hey, Luke is such an inspiration. Luke is an inspiration.
I had to call in and say, I am not worthy, but I'll beat out that bitch in the 305 real soon. You see me on Ocean Drive, sitting up in that motherfucker, what's that, Red Willie, with a bad, fat booty Latina. You know it's me. You for real? And I just want to call in.
All right, JB. Damn it. JB, just buy the book.
And take a breath.
The book of Luke. Buy the book.
Get some more game.
All right. You know, what's interesting about this book is some of the things you write about that took place in history or some of the issues we're facing now. People might think the book is all about pussy.
Right.
You know, but it's not all about pussy. It's about injustice as well, right? And you talk about an incident that took place in Liberty City in 1979 with Arthur McDuffie, and he was a part of a car chase, and the cops actually caught him. And after they had him at gunpoint, they handcuffed him, they beat him unconscious, cracked his skull. He died 4 days later. The cops covered it up. The autopsy showed something different. They said the autopsy made it look like he fell from a 4-story building. They went to trial, and they were found not guilty of murder. Doesn't that sound familiar?
Yeah.
When you think of Michael Brown and, you know, the officer not being indicted, when you think of, you know, what's going on with Sean Bell, Freddie Gray.
Yeah.
McDuffie, or the other guy in California.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Oscar Grant.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's the same thing. And you know, I try and, you know, while doing the book, it took me about 1.5 years. All these things were happening, Trayvon Martin and everything else. You know, so I'm like, okay, it's important for people to know these things have took place before, you know, and how far we have came. You know, everybody think we got a black president and we have overcame. No, these things are actually happening right now today. And as the book is coming out, more of this is actually happening. I mean, you know, police shooting people, and then but the saddest part about it, you know, we're getting up in arms when the police shoot each other, but we don't get excited when it's more black on black crime. Yeah. You know, and that's the most disturbing part of it all for me. And when I go around the country and talk to people, it's like, man, y'all need to, you know, have more respect for your own self, because I'm looking at it in my neighborhood, you know, kids sitting on the porch getting their hair braided by the grandmother and the babies getting shot. You know, but ain't nobody protesting. You know, so it's kind of crazy.
It's crazy, right? And that's, you know, another thing in this book that I always tell people about the parental advisory sticker and where that concept came from, because I don't think people really, and we talk about it all the time. The reason why I always bring it up, because, you know, we got this audience that got ADD now. You know, they right. And history don't matter to folks.
Right.
Hey man, that's been the secret to my game.
Exactly.
It's knowing the history. Because, right. And so in rap, rap was under scrutiny for a long time, man. Rap was being persecuted against because of the freedom of speech, the constitutional laws that we have as artists were being challenged constantly because of what artists were saying. And they took you to task where you had to go to court over this, right?
Yeah. I actually, and I talk about it in the book, I actually, was the first hip-hop artist to be banned. My record was deemed to be obscene. And once the federal judge Gonzalez said it was obscene, and he put the ruling down, then record store clerks started getting put in jail. And then I took it upon myself. I said, look, fuck this. I'm going to go and I'm going to perform at a building right around the corner. I could have just took the L and just sat back and not fight for it, but I understood that it was a bigger picture.
Yeah.
This thing was really about hip-hop because you had Tipper Gore, Al Gore, White, PMRC, all these different folks on it. They were not only coming after me, but they were more so coming after, they had Ice Cube on there, they had Ice-T, they had all these
Tupac.
black artists, Tupac on this list. And I was like, yo, man, y'all don't understand. This really it's bigger than that. I basically said, look, whatever money I made in this business, I'll take it fighting that. And I fought that. And, I ended up getting sued by other people because they were calling up all the other friends like Roy Orbison. They called up George Lucas because my name was Luke Skywalker then. They ended up suing me. So, I'm getting sued everywhere. And at the same time, the Court of Appeals for the parody case, I ended up having to go to the Supreme Court. So, I just took it all. I just was like, yo, I'm gonna fight this to the wall. I'm gonna go to the door.
So you sat in at the Supreme Court?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I'm probably one. I think I'm the only artist that ever had to have a case tried before the Supreme Court.
Did you speak to the justices? Like you had to?
No, it was actually my lawyer.
Your lawyer did it?
Yeah. I went in there and I sat down. It's an amazing courtroom. To see these guys come from out the back of the curtains and all. They just and they appear. It's all like a Houdini act, but. But when I went there, it was amazing. The whole thing. If I'd have lost that case, then you probably wouldn't have heard. No more parodies. They would have got rid of Saturday Night Live, things like that. Because at that time, you had real Al Alkovich, Bobby Jimmy, and all these different dudes doing parodies. And Michael Jackson actually filed a brief against me. He wanted me to lose him and Dolly Parton. And then people like Saturday Night Live, they filed for me. So. Going through that, I talk about that in the book, because so many kids. So
Michael Jackson filed a case against you?
Yeah. Wow. He wanted me to lose. Yeah, people don't know that. Wow. Yeah, so when I talk about it, because so many kids hit me, all the time. They go through law school and they look at my case. And even by me winning that case, right now, today, people use that case because it's the most important case in the internet today. Wow. It's about intellectual property. And so because we went into this world of internet and people, using, downloading, taking the pictures and all this, that case set precedent where it's being used right now today in courtrooms all over the country.
And the parental advisory sticker, as a result of that case, really is because of you.
Yeah, the thing is, when I first started doing records, it was never any intention for kids to get the dirty version of it. We wanted to be different. When I started out DJing, I would bring down Run DMC, Jekyll and Hyde, T. La Rock, you name it, Divine Sound, all these guys down in Miami. Wow. So when I was a little promoter, and I said, hey, look, I want to do this. And so I understood, about the business a little bit. So then now I then start doing, 2 Live Crew records and taking that group and switching it over to adult content. And, before you know it, family groups start sending me letters. Hey, look, my kids are getting this Throw the Dick record, and I'm like, well, I don't want them to get that, know? And so I had to then, create something. So I looked at the movie theaters. I was like, they got a sticker, this advisory sticker to 17 years older and beer companies. So then now back then we used to have rooms where a bunch of people sit there and call the record stores and a bunch of people call the radio station. Yeah. So I came up with this sticker. I kind of created the sticker. I said, I want to put this sticker on the dirty version. It would be a parental advisory sticker. And so that would let the record stores know not to sell that to the kids. So it'll be almost like beer and cigarettes. At least they can identify the different songs, and they still came after me even after that.
After that, Luke is here, man.
What a fact.
The new book is called The Book of Luke, My Fight for Truth, Justice, and Liberty. I'm going to go to a phone call. Kev in Florida. What up, Kev?
What up, Kev?
Hey, what's going on, Sway? What's happening?
What's popping with you?
Nothing, man. Hey, old Luke, dog. What's going on, dog?
What's up, man? How you feeling?
Hey, nothing, man. I'm going to change it up. I remember when Dre and Snoop went at you on Dre Day, and you and JT Money motherfucker responded with that cows and content. I was listening to that the other day. That shit was epic right there, dog. Motherfuckers seem they forgot about it. If y'all don't know, go YouTube that cows and Compton and see how them boys from Florida responded to them niggas for real.
Okay. So what's your question, Kev?
Man, I just wanted to big up Luke, man. I remember back in '85, I had the Miami Hurricane jacket, repping with the motherfucking Trues and Bowls back in the day. You know how we used to do it. I just wanted to say what's up to my big dog for real.
Boy. All right, man. T's and B's. Hey, but you and Dre, y'all ever squashed that?
Yeah. Me, Drake, Snoop, and all that. I mean, but it's crazy because I talk about that whole battle and that whole beef in the book. And it's kind of funny that you see the little beef around here right now. People ask me about it. I'm like, yo, that's rated PG.
Yeah.
Because when we beefed, we were like, yo, my whole team, everybody that was on my label was like, give me a verse. You know what I'm saying? And when the guys came to Jack the Rapper, when they came to Jack the Rapper,
that
it was
a
like,
music convention, Jack the Rapper.
Yeah, all in Atlanta, all of Miami was like, we gonna beat Snoop them ass. We gonna beat these niggas ass.
I just told y'all that.
We were like fighting.
Yeah.
The whole Miami like drove to Atlanta. And like fuck that. So I be laughing right now when I see this little beef. I'm like, God, the Canada guy.
Hey man, I'm happy as the Canada guy. I'm happy as this little beef. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm happy as a little because it can get out of hand.
It can get out of hand. Man, Luke is here, man. You want to talk with him? 888-742-3345. Man, I was going to play this one.
Yo, cuz, come here, man. Tell me, I got one question for you, brother. Who is this kid, Shy D? I was listening to the radio, man. I heard this tune. It sounded like the Pink Panther. Don't. This kid was doing the wildest scratching, the wildest rapping. I'm like, yo, this is Def number 3 on the phone. Then it came back, cuz, with I'm like, yo, man, I'm thinking I'm watching TV or what? This is Def, man. Who is this kid, Shy D?
Yo, homeboy, before I cold bug out, let me tell you right now, I'm Shy D. Yeah, I made the record The Pink Panther and Fred Sanford. But let me tell you right now, all that is old, because I'm with a new, funky, fresh record company, Luke Skywalker Records, and I'm about to cold bug out and get ill, and it goes like this. Everything I say, is buff. I'm Shy D, and I gotta be tough.
Listen to his lyrics, have to be.
Yo, I came to the place to give you a lesson, to let you know that I'm not flexing. I'm a certified rapper, and my name is Shy D. I'm capable of taking out any MC. I'm fucking not checking with the word that I say. All you soft MC need to step on my way. Don't try me or deny me, cause I'm number one. And when I rap on the mic, I get the job done.
That was MC Shy D. We used to play that in the Bay all the time, man.
Yeah, the Bay Area. The Bay Area remind me of. It's two areas always reminded me of Miami. And that was the Bay Area because they used to call y'all Cokeland.
Yep. Yeah. Thanks, Luke.
And it was Baltimore. But that Bay Area, boy, I remember doing a concert at that arena. I'd never seen so many people get thrown off the roof.
Yeah. Oh, thrown off the roof.
Yeah, they were throwing them off the balcony.
Oh yeah.
People were getting thrown off the balcony. While you performing, like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
boy, them boys in Oakland wasn't playing.
Nah, he wasn't playing.
Wow.
No, they wasn't playing.
Sway didn't tell us that.
Oh, Sway didn't tell you those stories?
I'm about to tell you that. I'm just dry snitching. You'll be asking who did it. All right, but this was the other one that set it off for us right here. This right here. This right here. Move some. Uncle Luke is here. Got the new book. It's called The Book of Luke, My Fight for Truth, Justice, and Liberty City. Real quick, man, we all been excited about this straight out of Compton movie that's coming out about the life and time of Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, Ice Cube, Yella, Ren.
Yep.
The whole NWA crew collective. Man, I just feel like 2 Live Crew Like, the story you're telling right now, this deserves a movie.
Agree.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, we took a poll here on the show to see which groups, what people want to see, and the 2 Live Crew name kept coming up.
Oh, wow. That's great. That's great. I mean, that's how I kind of written the book.
Yeah.
You know, the book it don't just read like a straight book. It's almost like a story. It takes you from the beginning, you know, to where we're at right now today, and the fights and the struggles and how I became, you know, the person I am through my uncle and my dad, you know, and all these different angles and firsts and things like that. So, you know, when people read it, they kind of get that feeling and they go to thinking about it. And yes, you know, I think it, you know, because of the things that we did in the industry is real important for that story to be put on screen.
Yeah. Have you been in talks about it? You should.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. I mean, you know, I wanted to do the book first.
Okay.
Because, you know, like I always tell people, I always feel like, you know, the things that we've did and the things that I did, we always feel like the Rodney Dangerfield of the music industry. We never get any credit for anything. So, you know, I just felt like, okay, the book needs to be put out first. Everything needs to do and be going in portions. You know, you put the book out and hopefully you go from there to do either a movie or a documentary and just keep on moving. But now that the book is out, you know, I don't feel like nobody owed me nothing right now. Before I was real angry.
Really?
You know, I would be, oh man, they achieving lifetime achievement for this and that and hold on, I put my body on the line for this.
Yeah.
You know, and so I would never get any credit for doing anything, me, the group, the company, or anything. So, you know, by putting the book out and having it, I'm cool. They don't
You're
have
good
to,
now. You get your own credit.
Yeah, they don't have to say nothing.
They ain't got to say nothing.
I'm good.
Into that.
Luke is here, man. Luther Campbell, man. Thanks for coming by, brother.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, man.
Good,
always a pleasure.
Good, man.
You got to bring the girls next time you come to Miami. Now,
Say
you can't
it
be coming to
loud.
your mother. You can't be coming by
Say it
yourself.
Okay,
loud.
listen. I'm
Don't
coming.
look like that. Don't look like that.
We
I don't know, man. Have to be. I don't know.
I got to bring my team, Luke, you know.
Oh, so that's
It's
how it
different.
is.
Yeah, see, I'm a little difficult. I got to bring my team. I
Oh.
got a combine.
Oh.
You know how you got the girls. I got a bunch of men that
She
I got to
do.
be entertained
I-
while I'm done. So it's a little, I might
She
have
don't
to
share
fall back.
either.
Different.
I don't share. Tracy might be.
Going to Miami, you don't need to take no. You don't need no sand to the
Don't bring
beach.
sand to the beach.
Oh no, there's a lot of men down there.
I could
take
go down
care
there
of
and
you.
recruit.
Oh yeah, they could body slam you and you know.
Oh, real?
Body
I'm
slam
into
have to
that.
be.
They could break you over and bend you over and take care of you.
I'm into
I got a
that.
crew of guys that look out for you.
Wow.
All right. What about Tracy?
Sure.
Tracy, we'll take care of you, Tracy. You know, you in the Head First program or Head Start?
Come again?
See, Tracy,
I'm
he
trying
put
to-
you right to work. He know I'm a boss, so he put you right
I'm
to
trying
work.
to find out what she like.
What you like?
Wait, can you repeat the question?
Are you in the Head First program or the Head
The
Start?
Head Start pro. That's a yeah.
Head first, ain't that the same
You
shit?
sucking at meat or what? What's
What
this?
do you do?
Oh, okay. That's
You
Not in
dipping
Miami.
low, you swallowing.
not,
What's
not,
popping?
not in Miami.
Spitting, not swallowing, huh?
What you doing, Tracy? He basically want to know what that throat game like.
No, Tracy. I'm trying to, you know.
Men or
What you
women?
doing to me, Luke?
What you like, men or women?
It doesn't matter.
Oh,
As long as it's an
oh, you'll
attractive
fit good in Miami. They'll like you. The girls will like you.
Thank you, Luke.
Okay,
Luke said, "Ooh, I know exactly what to do with that."
exactly.
Okay. Luke, ladies and gentlemen.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shea 45.